boss challenge, cool. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, apologies, but I've been streaming now and I forgot to press record for the last 10 minutes. You didn't miss much. All you missed was me finishing the patrol mission and failing to get back in time. Delivery to Brunstadt. How much we're talking about? 800 gold. Need to be paid more. 840. I accept, but give me some time. I don't think I have enough money to make it. I think Brunstadt's going to be like other side of the map. Probably 2 days away. Yeah, I can't make that. Because it was disappearing villages, I was sure it would have been hunt down what's terrorizing. Let's head down to Skjold or Lanzenfest and see if we can't flip that copper for a profit. Well, Picassus, I'll just download from the Twitch VOD and then cut it together. Foul creatures, 1,000 gold, pay us more. Accept. Need some time to think. I want to see what the other one is. Let's talk money. 860, pay us more. Seal of the False King. I need some time. We'll hunt down what's terrorizing you first. Can we get a round of drinks? Don't have the money. Okay, lads, go for a standard hunt down what's terrorizing loadout, which is... Oh my great googly mooglies. Our armor is wrecked. So it is swords out and then spears as backup. Do we not have another spear? No, I had to sell a few. Tough times. If this is dire wolves, I'm going to potentially need these nets. I don't think they're making a sequel. They're making some other game, which is almost like Baldur's Gate, but it's like set in. It's like a modern type of setting. I'll be low on food. Let's quickly do this. Nacht says, is that 27 Nacht says? Okay, it might not be that bad. Provided we can get the morale broken. Fuck me, that's a lot of noctiers. Holy shit. I might want to quick hands and use swing. Alvarin, I worry about your fatigue. I mean, you're going to have so little fatigue, you're not going to be able to use that two-handed sword. Oh my word. Anus prepared indeed. Cassis, I wonder if I shouldn't just give you that spear to start, because I mean, for the extra plus to hit chance. I'm scared. I'm literally scared. Leofric has got nice accuracy, so he will maintain the spear wall for as long as he can. And then he'll switch to his fighting axe and do work. I don't want everyone to start with spears. I'm just going to alternate. So the lads who just have the swords are there to do majority of the damage. Okay, this is about as good as we're gonna get. No time like the present. Here we go. 30 Nachters. And with no money, no food, no tools. If this goes badly, we're fucked. So it just says plethora, so clearly plethora is the highest description you get. Alright, a little height advantage. Nice to start, that's going to help CUNY a bit. It's going to be very important that as we kill these Nachters, we move forward into their formation. Okay, we need our battle cry. Something like, fuck you, I'm Millwall. Could be a good battle cry. I'm half tempted to not even bother with the spear wall and just save the fatigue for stabbing them in their stupid fucking faces. The other danger that there actually is with the spear wall is that if you kill some of them and their corpses land there, you can't stop them from getting eaten. Careful with that. This is a legit concern. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I should be using aimed shot rather than quick shot. Of course, spear wall. Why even bother debating it? It's not going to last, is it? So, am I right in seeing that we've got all level 1 Nachters? That's not so bad. I think what he said there is, that's Swedish for come at me, bro. Yeah, so the spear wall was a non-event for you guys. Lame. Oh, sweet. Finish cavalry charge shot. What does it mean? So just tactically with my sword guys, I had the option to go for riposte, but the fact that these guys have spears, it means that riposte is kind of pointless because the Nachters will just attack the guys on the front line who didn't use riposte. That's what we need to happen. We need ones from further back in the formation to go on top of the corpses, giving us a turn to kill them. Is that one standing on a corpse? I think he is. Berserk doing work there for us. So killing this one is so important because it re-establishes the spear wall. In fact, okay, Lofric, there's no point for you to spear wall here. Rather be in contact with these fleeing nerds. Kill them. Kill them up good. Elvron, you got quick hands. Oh, yes, please. Here we go. Get wrecked. Good. So that one has to die next turn. I can't wait to have Elvron swing this in a big angle. And with these fleeing nerds, we're going to release the hounds on them soon. I don't want to talk too soon, but this could hopefully be the defining moment of this campaign, where we make money, we get loads of XP, fighting against the odds bravely. Oh, Elvron, you beast. Okay, that's a problem. Yes, Picassus. Shooting pierced all muscles, that's minus melee skill, so that's very important for us. Yes, Christoph. Haha! Death. Kill him! Lads, I could not be more proud of you. Oh, yes. Look at all the fleeing nerds. Time to release the hounds? I think it's release the hounds time. Actually, Alvaro needs to keep his sword out, because when these guys flee... Actually, no, the other two will take care of it. I just don't want him getting hit by that... That Nocturne. Interesting, there's a curse, a cry for the god of strength. Awesome. Interesting that one chose to run away. Oh, close. Get him, boy. Varg, you even have heart advantage. That's a good boy. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy, Varg. Gonna give you extra Scooby snacks. $27 Nachtzeers, eh? Easy. But to be fair, though, the fact that they were tier 1 Nachtzeers made this child's play. Get him! Cheeky punch. That was a surprising amount of damage. Ah. You bastard. Get him, Varg. Oh, missed. Nice, and he's fleeing. Yes, fear the Golden Company. You are not to be fucked with. Pissed off. Style points. Look at all the XP. 250, 308. It's hard to choose an MVP there. Who got the most kills? Knew the Knight with 5 kills. He got a rampage. Most XP, 356 looks like. 447 for Alvarin. Oh, that's damage dealt. Sorry, not XP. Yeah, but those damage... Okay, so most damage by Alvarin. Not surprisingly. Most XP is New the Knight with the 5 kills, not surprisingly. So XP seems to be a combination of kills plus damage dealt. And then there's a base amount of XP just for surviving the mission. Nope, I don't feel sorry for Nachters. I've had my face eaten off by them a few times, so they can fuck right off. Elder plus 3. 63 at level 4 is pretty encouraging. And that's making his fatigue looking a lot better. Marve, level 5 Sword Raider. Alvarin, level 8 Sword Raider. What did I take at level 5 on you, Underdog? You're not surprisingly. I think at this point I can take your Weapon Mastery, particularly because we've got a great sword for you. Oh yeah. Good, okay. Resolve is fully maxed, well not maxed out, but it's at the level where I want it to be for him. Raptor Blade, we have to take hit points every level for you. And I'm going to have to compromise on something. Probably fatigue, but then melee defense to keep you alive. Because you don't have the hit points to take shots. Fuck it. Go for hit points. Hammer Raider, let's see. Oh yeah, Brawny will help with your fatigue. Okay, your fatigue isn't that bad. Just having to take Colossus is means you don't have quick hands, but you absolutely need quick hands. Once we can get you a two-handed Warhammer. Yes, the lads are starting to get levels. Oh, your rickshaw is going to be a fucking superstar. I know his fatigue is very low, but we went a long way to getting him the 50 required resolve that he needs. And Brawny will obviously give him a little bump here. Marve, level 5. What's the level 5 perk? I think it's Quick Hands. Yes, and then you can start taking a... well, I don't really see the... Well, I'll tell you what, we'll take Sword Mastery now so you can use a sword. And then only once we get you a two-handed sword do we take Quick Hands. Because without a two-handed sword to use, there's kind of no point in trying to leverage the usefulness of Sword Expert. Sword Mastery, excuse me. And as a Sword Master, I want you getting the extra attack value on riposte. Sweet. That's 3. Level 5, Nut Smasher. So here's a big decision we need to make. I'm going to have 3 ranged attackers. Am I going to go for 3 straight archers? Or 2 crossbowmen and 1 archer? Or how many crossbowmen? My gut feeling is none. I'm just going to go with archers. I mean, we had crossbowmen in the last campaign and they were so underwhelming. I mean, sometimes they're better than archers, but that's a pretty limited situation. They're really only good if you're fighting like orc warriors, and at that point the crossbow is going to do hardly anything anyway, because they just have so much armor and so much hit points. In that situation, if I'm fighting orcs and I've got my archers, will just pick on the orc young that's in the formation and let the warriors handle the orc warriors. So you're a sergeant. That fatigue is going to become an issue, but then I can't say no to a +3 on range defense. When the numbers are more in favor of fatigue, I'll take that. Okay, good. So we've 100% gotten the ambition we had, which is have 3 guys with bowman specialization. In fact, I think we got 4. But Olaf is just, he's only there to make us a fancy bow. And he can fuck right off. Turn to Elsliv. Not a moment too soon. A successful hunt. God, we're famished. We can make a profit off of that, but I don't want to liquidate all my assets now. Maybe just go all in on the food, which isn't that unreasonably priced here. I've got to have tools too. 312, good lord. Fuck, that's expensive. Hang on, how far away? What happened to the other mission? Oh, you bastard of a game. Ooh, well done. I am still going to fish for 1 or 2 more guys who are not going to be marked for replacement, but they will be replacements in the sense that you need guys to get on the front line when your frontline lads are injured. Wow, look at the difference that makes. Excellent. Okay. Still not great, but you'll get there. I need to increase his fatigue on the next turn. I've already got Brawny. Bags and belts gives him extra fatigue. It'll give him, this is -5 and -2, so that'll give him 7 extra fatigue if I take bags and belts. Nah, I don't think that's worth it. Okay. Tools. We need tools. We need them now. We need food. We need everything. We need a drink. Let's head down to Lanzenfester. And then I need to make another trip back up to Skellwald. At every opportunity, you encourage the men under your command to let loose a few volleys. Everyone participates, even the slow-witted louts who would sleep in their armor if you let them. Any target at all suffices, the bole of a small tree, a doe grazing in the early hours, or a goblin scout fleeing for his life. Yes, we are the terror of the hay bales throughout the land, Alvarin's sword raider says, referring to a common choice of target during practice. He ducks and an arrow from one of his comrades whistles past his skull and starts cursing at the shooter. With plenty of practice, those arrows are striking closer and closer to the bullseye, and now that the company is fielding better trained bowmen, your front line is breathing easier and living at least marginally longer. This serves us well. Okay, so if at all possible, I want the mission where I become allied with one of the houses, but not quite yet. I need to keep hammering missions for House Berengar. At this point, I'm almost tempted to go for one of the kill 4 goblins or 4 undead. I mean, there's... Obviously, we can't do those layers, but we can do crypts. We've got one crypt there to do, very doable. That one's probably very doable. And then we can run into these and hopefully find some zombies, so that's doable. The orc one is also an option, I think, but that would require going into the Darkland to go find the little orc huts. We'll probably find them over there. Another decent one is I could take the 2 guys with hammer mastery, because Raptor Blade can get that on his next level up, as can Aldo. So that strikes me as the most likely next ambition we'll take. Daily cost is starting to get up there. Where's the jobs? There's no jobs for us. That's annoying and disconcerting. Drink always sounds good. A bullock for 740 is actually a pretty tempting prospect, but we can't swing that right now. I just need tools. I just can't get them. 255 is a lot more than I would want to pay, but what can you do? If you gotta pay it, you gotta pay it. Okay, let's keep hitting these houses. Keep getting work for them. It's like almost 240 a day. 250 a day. I mean, Loderak is decent backup. And Olaf, we'll be able to fire him and save 21 gold. Just the split second he hands me that bow, he's gone. Just don't tell him. So what is that? Is that pear schnapps that gets made in that part of the world? I remember my dad went on a business trip once. I think it was Iceland, and he came back with this pear schnapps that's in a ceramic bottle. And apparently it's in the bottle because it's so strong. If you leave it in a glass bottle, it stains the bottle. I'm like, good lord. Can I make it down south in that amount of time? Maybe, but the thing is, I don't want to be in that part of the map. It's Birkenstrand. I think they want us to go to Brunstadt. I don't want to be down there. Here's a question. Do we have a strong enough front line yet? Almost. Once Loderak hits level 4 and has Holdout and Brawny and a few more levels, then the lowest level on the front line will be level 4, and our archers will have decent accuracy. You know what, Cunibert, you are going to be replaced anyway, so you may as well switch up with the other lad. What I'm thinking is we can start hitting those bandit hideouts with bandit leaders. It's going to be very tough, but we need to be proactive and take risks and get them, because we need the armor that those guys are carrying. It's really, really important. I think we can justify firing Cunibert. I mean, yes, he's a cultist, but that's really all he offers. His aim is fucking atrocious. If I have at least one other cultist, yep, I can. Pegasus, okay. Cunibert, thank you for your time. Oh, can't afford that right now. Well, we will at some point. be able to afford that, I mean. Let's go hit that cave of the flesh eaters. We just need money. The main thing is now that my archers are getting above 60%, greenskins are coming. 2 skulls. Unfortunately, no, that's too much for us. Also, it could be goblins, which we can't handle. I really don't want to make that mistake of overestimating my strength and getting us. We just have to keep being quite careful. Also, because I need my archers to all have anticipation, which they do. Okay, so that makes them a bit safer. But until Picassus has anticipation, which he'll have at level 5, and Lodorak is at least level 4, we've got to be so careful. Back off, man. I don't want to do that because it gives you a ring and some like food and stuff. But the downside to that is you get some injuries. Okay. Head out and claim a famed weapon. Nope. Defeat another mercenary band. Nope. Beating orcs. Here's one of the 4 we need. 1 young and some berserkers. Let's go for a spear start, boys. Or even if we just alternate with the spears. You have quick hands? No, you don't. Nor do you need it, I don't think. This should be eminently doable, especially considering that they're going to be running at us from the snow. I'll make them tired. For fights like this, and looking at the range skill of my sergeants, maybe I should keep some crossbows for them. Okay, so this is genuinely annoying me. So like, before you fight it, it says some berserkers and 1 orc young. Now, as soon as I go into it, it says many orc berserkers. Let's have a read. Somewhat viscous liquid of characteristic black color. Dark greyish brown in thinner layer. At closer view, very fine particulate of carbon black suspended in the liquid. Some Finnish drinking establishments started serving a drink made out of ground ammonium chloride based candy. Black licorice and cough medicine. That sounds revolting. You Finns are fucking nuts. Must be what makes you such good rally drivers. If you want to win, get a Finn, as they say. That's what I'm talking about. Those flails are fucking terrifying. All these weapons are terrifying. I believe in you, boys. I've actually got a little bit of armor. Good stabbing, though. Come on, charge at us. Good. The fact the snow is helping us because it's dissuading them from trying to get the flanks on us, because it's going to take them too long to get the flank. Who's the next priority? I think that nerd. He's already injured. Turn them into pincushions, boys. Hold. Hold, men. Oh, I shouldn't have ended Alvarin's turn. I should have moved him down one, and I could have moved my axe guy up and gotten shots off while they're being held at bay. Oh, that was a miscalculation. That could be pretty costly. Okay, Picassus. Fuck. On the good side, Alvarin has a big old sword that he can hopefully chop this thing to pieces with. Good stabbing. Hold, men. Hold. Yes, loader rack. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. This is such a big problem. We just rush him, I think. Direct, do you have... I think just maintain the spear wall here. Get them, lads. They're fleeing. I'm gonna wait and just see what I can do here. So Alvarin, you've got 6 action points. That means you can get a swing off. Oh, so close to killing him. The downside is that he's almost certainly going to get an attack off before we can. Slay him. Just see if there's any way I can get a dog into that position. No, Var, go for that one. Fuck. I can't watch. Oh, good God. Oh, second hit missed. Picasso, you almost got fucked up, bro. If you can hit this. That was close. Brave dog. Dog MVP. Whew. Another great fight. Dog MVP 100%. Now we saw in the last campaign that those orc chains, we've already paid the lads, yep, can be pretty good on some raiders, but I think on the basis that we went for flail orc chain guys on the flanks last time, this time we'll go for axe raiders. And also we didn't get guys who were iron lunged, which I think we've established. You need to be iron lunged if you're going to use an orc weapon. Oh, I want to hire these. The Rock. The Rock means he gets Iron Jaw. But I don't want to raise my daily rate at the moment. I think I need to stabilize my economy before I keep hiring more. I'd love to hire Hilmar. He's a good buy, but we don't have the money right now. I don't believe they do. That's a good question. $290. I'm not going to sell that right now. Come on, give us another patrol. Another... Bring me 35 heads and 80 gold per head. That's what we need. Three skull, what is it? It's a 3 skull... Probably fight against raiders. Let's talk pay. We can potentially get away with this. If there's a necromancer there... We've got decent archers at this point. It's going to be raiders. On this bring my property back mission, I almost think the 3 skull isn't going to be so bad. Okay. Let's try this and see if we can do it. We've got, at a minimum, level 4s and 5s on the front line. There's one lad who's level 3. Just be careful with him. And it's becoming apparent that, look, it's 80 days in. If we don't start taking chances like this and being ambitious, we're just going to fall behind on the economics. So, you know, basically you got to make these hard choices in terms of what missions you're going to take and when. Okay, follow tracks west of Hammerenden. As long as it's just raiders, we're fine. If there's marksmen... Okay. Fuck. So a few... So probably 2 marksmen, maybe 3. 10 raiders. Okay, so axe raider, go with that. You're not going to need your spear. Hammer raider, you've got decent... I want you to use a flail. I want all 3 of these flails on the front line here. 63 accuracy, that's another flail. Level 5 sword expert, you can use a sword. We'll put you next to the axe guy in case he can... Oh no, we'll put you here next to the axe guy so he can break a shield for you. Level 5 hammer raider, 63 accuracy. Use a sword. And then I want to break up the swords and flails. Level 3 Laderack, 62 accuracy. You've got holdout. So here's Laderack, who we need to be the most careful with. I think, isn't there a single heater shield? Yes, there is. Aldo. So where's our level 3 Laderack? You don't have a lot of fatigue, but my main concern is that you stay alive. And I think that having the extra melee defense is going to help you. And if we sandwich you between 2 pretty dangerous dudes, that's, I think, the best way to do that. Between 2 guys who have flails. So someone else has to use this flail. Laderack, you don't have the fatigue to use it. But I mean, these noble swords are arguably... Okay, I think 2 flails is probably fine. The guys with the flails, their job is to position themselves against the enemies that don't wear helmets and just pop their heads open. Bukowsis, you are going to break shields. New the Knight, you are going to stab mofos. My archers are going to need to be doing a lot of shooting, so we will move these nets onto my sergeants. You might need to replace... Yeah, I do need to take bags and belts on him. Shit, that's a concern. I think just for this fight we take Cunibert instead. He's got a comparable melee skill. He's got more hit points for this fight. Actually a decent archer, but... don't have a bow for him. I can save 1 bit of fatigue there, or 2 fatigue actually, that's worth it. I could also give him this Cruel Falchion, which weighs a lot less. That'll free up an extra 4 fatigue. There's going to be no spear walling here, that's for sure. Okay, men. Good luck. Check what time it is. God, this is so terrifying. Okay. It's been almost 40 minutes. Let's take a little break, and when we come back, excuse me, when we come, cheeky. When we come back, we are going to be fighting a pretty fucking scary group of raiders. I'm just thinking whether I can justify giving anybody this morning star for some crowd control. Probably Raptor Blade. One of these dudes are Aldur. You determine, so you get 69, so that's effectively 70 accuracy. Then maybe Marve or Raptor Blade, give the flail to. Well then, Lodrak, what does that do to your fatigue? I think it's worth it because it's still above 60, and that is 45 to 50 as opposed to 35 to 45. I mean, you wouldn't even get an extra swing out of that. It's still 10 fatigue per turn. God, this is scary. Okay, we need a good showing from our archers here. When we come back, thieves, many raiders, few marksmen. Just one thinking, Chinibert is marked for replacement anyway. Do I not just maybe put him in the front line instead of Loderick? No, Loderick's got good melee skill. He's got okay defense, he's got holdout. God, I'm terrified. This really needs to go well. Okay, enough talk. Let's do this in a sec.